What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we got a little bit more information about the whole Xbox Game Pass situation, and I was going to do a follow-up, but I figured since this was pretty big, I might as well talk about it for a bit. It's a little bit of a rant. But yeah, I guess the Xbox is not really doing very well, and it's thanks in part because of their purchase of Activision and Call of Duty. Yeah, I even have some notes. Oh, I should grab my notes. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right, so from what I can remember and what I have on my notes, there was a couple of videos I watched that talked about the reason why Game Pass, or reason why they've gone up in their prices of the Game Pass, is because of Call of Duty. I guess this had leaked in some way. Everyone's talking about it. So this is wild. So I got a couple of notes here, both on my piece of paper and on my phone here. Basically, what they were saying is that reportedly Xbox lost over like 300 million in Call of Duty sales in 2024 by putting Black Ops 6 on Xbox Game Pass, a certain report has said. And I'm thinking like, well, wait a minute, wasn't there also another thing that they literally just said, like the head of Xbox or whatever literally said something like, I think I could find it here, but they said like Xbox Game Pass was profitable. I'll have it right here, what it says. I actually have it here in my notes, but they said like it reached a revenue of $5 billion. So I may not be a business person, but how does that work with money? If your company, Xbox, is making $5 billion in sales, and supposedly your Call of Duty is losing $300 million in sales, can you not just transfer the money over to that to compensate for the loss? Like, I mean, is it really a loss if it's all under one banner? I'm not understanding all that. Maybe, again, I'm not a business person, so I don't know how that works. But of course, as a consumer, you have to foot the bill for their mistakes, right? So that's why the prices go up. So this is another thing that's crazy about it. I guess because it was more stuff that I read about it, they were expecting Call of Duty to make a boost in sales of their Xbox Game Pass, which is just like, I have no idea where that logic has come from. I don't know how that was supposed to work. But that kind of emphasized my point in my last video. I'm going to try to make it a little bit clearer here. This is what they want us to do from now on. They don't want you to buy your games physically. They don't want you to do that anymore. Hell, they don't even like the idea of probably even you buying your games on the digital store, right? They don't want you to buy individual games. No. They want you to constantly be on their program, their subscription-based program, to constantly pay monthly for games that you probably aren't going to play, right? Own nothing and be happy. That's what everyone keeps saying, and that's exactly what they want us to do. They want us on their subscription-based services plans. They do not want us to own our product. They do not want to own anything. This is what they want. But it's hard to convince people when you're telling them, at least it's hard to convince me to tell a person, hey, Call of Duty lost $300 million, but our revenue in Xbox over here in the Xbox Game Pass was $5 billion. But you as a consumer need to foot the bill because of this loss. Like, I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. Like, but yeah, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I don't want to be incoherent like the last time. But yeah, it's just like they're expecting this to have a boost in sales on Xbox Game Pass. But people usually, what I hear people do when they buy Xbox Game Pass is that they buy it for a couple of days, they buy it for a couple of months just to play the game, and then they cancel their subscription. They hardly ever stick around to even play any other stuff, right? They could do it for like literally for cheap that way. That's basically, I honestly, I do not understand what the heck is going on over there. I don't know what they're doing. I really don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. It's just weird. Like, what were they expecting? Like, I know what they were expecting. They were expecting that everyone would be jumping on board. This is the future that they want. They want everybody to just go ahead, sign up for Xbox Game Pass. You got Call of Duty. Call of Duty is like the top sales of the year. You know, if you want to buy it physically, go play PlayStation. But if you want to buy digital, which is what they want for the future, you come to Xbox, right? That's how they wanted it. That's how they wanted to do it, because, you know, Game Pass was supposedly making profit, and that's what they were thinking. They were thinking this would take off. Dude, man, I'm not kidding when I say I hate current gaming. I really hate current gaming, and that's exactly what they want. Yeah, looking back over here on these notes is just, or looking at this one thing I saw. Yeah, I guess they lost $300 million on sales because they put it on Xbox Game Pass. That's why that little asterisk that you see that says excluding Call of Duty, this is why they were losing money, because of that. So they don't want to do that anymore. They don't want that to happen anymore. So they took that off so they can like gain back that revenue. Which is also crazy. I heard like it also did really, really well. It sold really, really good on PlayStation. But since Microsoft owns it, how did they not make money off that? I'm not a business guy, so I don't know how that works. I'm not a business guy. I don't know how any of that stuff works. But it's just kind of odd to see that one of your departments making over $5 billion and is making good, but in the same umbrella, it's losing $300 million. Wouldn't that compensate? Like, I don't know. 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 I don't know any of that stuff. The only reason I even am talking about it is because I used to like Xbox. You know, I had a little spat with the Red Ring of Death, and I always chalked it up as being like, you know, oh, they're just starting off in the gaming market. They're just getting their feet, and once they get it all the rough edges over, they'll have a really great console with really great games. It'll be really, really great. And then they had that massive bump in the road with the Xbox One, and I thought, well, they'll figure it out. They'll get it recovered. They're clearly, this person was not a good business person. They'll put somebody else in. But now I'm just like, I'm not even messing with it anymore. It's just like Xbox. I'm tired of like giving them chances. I'm tired of like saying like, hey, they'll get it figured out. They had the footing. They were there, and they literally lost it. And it's all because it's literally because of greed. That is it. That is all that it is. It's not like they weren't. It's not like they're not making money, right? It's not like they're not just losing money and whatnot. They're making money somewhere. They're stumbling over their feet. They're stumbling over everything. They don't know what to do with this department. They don't know what to do with the gaming department. They don't know what to do with any of this stuff. They don't know what to do. That's it. They don't know what to do with it. I don't know what else to say about it. It's like, you know, I thought they were just kind of getting their footing, you know, but now it's just like, no, they're doing Microsoft's way, and what they're doing the Microsoft's way is that they want subscription-based services. They want you to just constantly pay for shit. They want you to do all this stuff. And it's just such scummy practices, you know. And I also thought like that whole them buying Activision was not a good idea in the first place. I thought that was not going to work out one way or another. I didn't expect it to be this. Didn't expect it to be. It would hurt their Game Pass sales. I don't know what they're going to do. I really don't. It's interesting how Xbox is just. It's like they do so good, and then once they get really good, and they think they got you, and they just fail. Again, they do so well with the 360, boom. They do so well with this, and boom. They were doing okay for a while, but I don't know. I'm just rambling on. I don't know. I'm stepping away from. I've stepped away from Xbox a long time ago. Anything I do buy on there is like super, super cheap. I don't even mess with it anymore. I'm more attend to like trying to play what I can. Usually it's on PlayStation, but I don't even bother with Xbox hardly anymore. It kind of sucks because I really do love that Xbox 360. I really everyone that talks about it when they talk about Xbox, they always mention the Xbox 360 and how well that system did. And I'm one of them. You know, I love the Xbox 360. It was my very first console where I purchased it. I bought games for it. I have fond memories playing with my friends with it. And yeah, it was one of the systems to get. It was like, heck, you can see like watch movies and they reference Xbox, you know, and that's the thing. It's just like I don't know why I keep getting surprised by Microsoft. I don't think they'll ever like course correct at all when it comes to this and make it where it's for the gamers. They say it is. They say that Xbox is for gamers, but it's not. Because I remember reading something or listening to something about this somewhere. I can't remember where. I really do, but it's like it stayed in my mind forever. And if I ever had a chance to talk about it, I would bring it up, and I'm going to bring it up right now. And that is there was back on the Xbox 360, you know, game developers were told by Microsoft that they had to piece things out and they had to do digital content. Like I really wish I could find the article that talks about it. or where I heard it from, but they were told that they couldn't just make a game and release it. They had to release stuff that had, you know, digital content that the people had to buy later. They had to produce that stuff. And when I heard that, I was like, okay, now that makes a lot more sense as to why every company was like had, you know, like a day one bundle, or a day one, you know, collection pack, or a add-on or skin thing. It was just like they were trying to coerce people into the idea of doing this from here on out, from doing DLC content. And it's just, I knew they would just escalate and escalate and escalate into something more. I just knew they would do more anti-consumer practices, and this is one of them. This is this greed. It's like I keep repeating myself on the whole, like, it's greed, but it is. It's just greed. It's just flat out greed. It is flat out greed. It's not like they're not making money either. Okay, that's the thing. It's just like they weren't not making money. Clearly, they were making money off of Game Pass. That's what they said. Unless they were lying about that. That's another thing. Unless they were lying about that to us and to investors, maybe. The olden days of Xbox 360, I don't see it happening any time again. I really don't, and I don't see how they can course correct this. I mean, they've already started like jacking up the prices for their Xbox consoles. I saw that the other day too. Heck, Costco is now stopping, you know, having their Xbox consoles inside the store. I don't know what Xbox is doing. I don't know if this is like purposely done to get wean people off of it. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. It's like they have people that want to buy it. They have people that want to play it, but yet they don't want to do what they used to do. It's like it's either needs to make a lot of money or it just needs to be gone. That's basically what I'm getting from them. It needs to make a ton of buttload of money or it just needs to be gone. But don't put any forth of effort into making creative decisions and making creative games. No. Don't do that. Buy studios and hope they make creative stuff. But we're going to control what they say and do in our studio situation. I don't know. It's nuts. It's really nuts. That's all I got to say. It is nuts now. I hate gaming now. I hate what it's become. I hate what it has conspired to be. I just, especially on the Xbox side. Anyways, I just want to come in here and talk a little bit quick about it, only because it's just like, you know, I hoped Xbox would have been better, but it ain't gonna happen anytime soon. Probably not ever again. That's why I want to do one more quick video about it. Anyways, that's it for today's video, guys. I'll see you all in the next one, and y'all take care.